look at me, you assume I am easily definable. You put me in a box, you want me to be your designable, but there's luminescence to me. Hey, it's Alexis. So, as a lot of people who know me probably know, I'm not really a fan of Valentine's Day. I find it to be kind of commercialised, kind of just profiting off love and stuff, and it also often makes single people like me feel kind of bad about ourselves, because it's like a holiday that we can't celebrate because we don't have a partner and everyone else can. But even so, I'm going to oblige with kind of tradition and use Valentine's Day as an excuse to show you how I did this lovely Valentine's Day themed makeup look with smoky, purpley pink eyes and shimmery, slightly ombre-ish, iridescent cherry lips. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by priming my face. I like to use a mattifying primer because part of my skin face makeup look is I like to have a mattified yet dewy skin, so I like to remove oil and all that gunk from my skin, but then add a nice sheen to it when it comes to highlighter and eyeshadow later. I will then use my Holy Grail foundation. This is Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, and I love this one. It is super mattifying, very full coverage, covers up all my imperfections and stuff, and I also don't have to use very much of it, and it's just probably one of the best foundations I've ever used, and you can get it from the drugstore. I like to put it on my neck too, because I like to make it look natural, make it not look like I've got a mask on my face or something. And there you can see my hair getting in the way for the rest of this tutorial. You can see I have foundation in my hair, and that's how it happened. And so I just have dotted all over my face and on my neck, make sure that I have got it everywhere so that it will blend evenly when I finally blend it in. I will then take my beauty blender. I know it's probably not technically a beauty blender, just a beauty sponge, but I call it a beauty blender because I feel like sponges in that shape have just come under the beauty blender kind of umbrella, even if they're not from the actual beauty blender brand. Wow, how many times can I say beauty blender in this advert? So I make sure that all the foundation on my face is nice and even, and making a lovely blank canvas for myself to make this artistic masterpiece that I am going to show all of you. Next up is concealer. I use my Holy Grail Conceal and Define Infinite Longwear Concealer from Makeup Revolution, and I just take it like that, and I do something that I got from the YouTuber Hailey Jean ASMR. You should go and check her out, she's really good, which she got from TikTok, where you just put the concealer on the inner corner and outer corner of your under eyes, and it just saves on foundation, and apparently it does something to like lift the eye and stuff. And then I just put the concealer in the other areas of my face where people usually put concealer. And then I just use some of it to treat my spots and blemishes and stuff. Next up is contour. I use these Makeup Revolution contour sticks. They're really good, they're really pigmented and stuff, but what I found is, especially the darker one has a really kind of bronzy tone, really warm and stuff, and that's not really a look I like going for. I prefer cooler tones, and so I sometimes feel like I need to diffuse it a bit, because it's just too warm and summery and happy looking for my dark, gothic, cool aesthetic. So I just put it on the cheekbones, on the jawline, on the temple area, and on the sides of my nose. I will then take the other lighter one, just to like to mix it again, just to kind of diffuse it a bit so it's more subtle. And then I will use what's left of my Fenty Beauty matchsticks in the colour Unicorn, which is, as if you've used this before, you'll know that's purple colour, and I just use that to kind of cool the contour shade down and just tone down the bronziness so that it doesn't look too summery, because obviously it's not summer, it's February, and also I don't really like to look too warm and have too many warm tones in my face, because I'm a cool kind of person, a cool kind of girl. And then I will take my big blending brush. I don't really know what kind of brush constitutes what. I'm not such a kind of like savant on brushes and stuff, but I use this to blend. I just use what's best of the brushes that I have, and so I'm just blending out my contour so it isn't just some lines like it was before, and so it looks just like natural shadows and it looks nice. And I used to just use my beauty blender to do this, but I found like using the brush helps, because like I find the beauty blender ends up messing it up a bit, whereas if I use the brush first it works better. But then I will go over it with the beauty blender just to make sure that it's all blended nicely. And there we go, I look less like a very pale potato than before. I have a bit of dimension to my face now. Slightly unorthodox, I'm going to take a cool mauvey purple pink coloured eyeshadow, and I'm going to use that as my blush, because I don't have any cool toned blushes, just warm toned, and so I sort of want a cool toned blush. I've been more into that lately, so I'm using this eyeshadow, and I don't have any money to buy a new blush at the moment, and luckily this eyeshadow is not too dark, and so it can look good on my cheeks and give me a nice kind of cool pink flush. Now for highlighter, we're going to take a liquid highlighter for my nose. We're going to take a sort of pinky pale champagne colour for this look. I usually go for a more cool toned white or pale lilac shade. And so just putting it on the sides of my nose and on the tip of my nose and on the bridge of my nose, just so, because I like to have more of a, something I don't really like about my nose is just how it's just got, I just have no nose bridge, so I have to fake one with my makeup, and luckily I am able to do that, so that's good.
Now we're going to take a powder highlighter, take a pink and a champagne colour, and we're just going to put it in the places where we usually put highlighter. Now we're just going to blend that a bit with the Beauty Blender, just so there are no sharp edges and stuff. And now the last thing for the face, we're going to take this setting powder, not setting spray, silly me. First we're going to smooth out the under eyes, just so that it doesn't sort of like set the wrinkles. And I always pull that hilarious face when I put on setting powder, because then that sort of like keeps the under eye area nice and taut, so that I don't end up setting any of the creases under my eyes. And then we're going to take this big fluffy brush and just like buff the powder, make sure it's all even and stuff. And there's the face sorted out. Now onto the eyes, we're going to take our Urban Decay Potion Primer and open it and just put a bit on each eyelid, just to make the eyeshadow nice and saturated and nice and kind of like prime the eyes and stuff, and swipe it a bit underneath the eye, just so that area doesn't get neglected. Now we are going to take one of our palettes and we are going to select a matte hot pink colour, like that one. And we're going to blend it in the crease area and sort of sweep it onto the outer corner, just to make that kind of shape. And then use a fluffy brush to blend that out a bit so it looks nice and soft and there are no kind of like harsh lines. Next we're going to take another palette and we're going to go into that light purpley mauvey pink colour, and we're going to work that on the inner bit of the hot pink eyeshadow, nearer to the actual eye, but not totally covering like the outer part, so we can still see the pink. And now we're going to go into a matte lilac mauvey colour, and we are going to take that and put that on the outer half of the lid and blend that into the lighter pink and the darker pink. And just use a big fluffy brush to brush away any fallout. I've always found that works. I never usually do foundation or concealer first. Then we're going to go into a shimmery lavender colour and we're going to put that over the whole lid, like I am doing. Sorry, I'm trying to make it so you can still see my eyes and I'm not covering up with the palette, and at the same time I'm trying to use the mirror on my palette. Go. Next we're going to take a shimmery lilac colour and we're going to use that to blend the other shimmery colour with the rest of the shadow and just to blend it over the inner corner like you did with the second colour. Brush away fallout again. And then we're going to go into a shimmery dark purple shadow and we're going to sweep that out on the outer corner like we're using it as eyeliner, but then bring it round a bit like I'm doing to fill in your outer V area, and then use the fluffy brush to blend that together with the other colours and smoke it out a bit, just of darkening the area. And then we are going to take the shimmery lilac colour and the shimmery lavender colour. We're going to sort of mix those two colours together. And we're going to put that over the dark purple just to kind of like let that blend in with the other colours so it looks nice and natural. And then next we're going to select a shimmery champagne colour, and we're going to use that to make the inner corner of the eyes pop. Like, I've noticed that's very fashionable at the moment. They always talk about putting a shimmery pale colour in the inner corner to make it pop. Next, we're going to select a shimmery light rosy pink colour and blend the lavender colour with the champagne colour, just like using that as a sort of transition shade. I don't know if that's what a transition shade is. I don't really know all these technical terms. And then next, we're going to select a shimmery magnolia colour, and we're going to use that to highlight the brow bone and use that to sort of like make the line of the pink kind of softer so that there are no harsh edges, because this is a nice soft smoky look. And then next we're going to take the hot pink colour again from the first time, as well as the lighter mauvey pink, and we're going to use a mixture of that to line the under eyes like I'm doing there. And then next we're going to go into the pale lilac shimmer and the lavender shimmer. And we're going to use that just to sort of like soften the under eye line. And especially put it in like the inner corner, nearer the inner corner, to make sort of that area pop a bit with the shimmer. And there we go, a lovely soft shimmery smoky pinky purple eye for Valentine's Day. I'm very proud of making this look. And then now we are going to do our eyebrows. We're going to fill in our brows. I'm using the XXX Revolution brow pencil, and I know I like to do these pencil thin vintage brows because I have a slightly alternative avant-garde style, but I know that sort of big, thick, luminous Instagram brows are in. It's not really my sort of thing, but you don't have to do your eyebrows like me for this look. You can do them however you want. You can do big Instagram brows, or you can do brows like mine, or you can just fill in your natural brows however they may be. And also, it doesn't matter if they're not exactly the same and if they're not exactly symmetrical. As you can see, I do mess up here a little bit, and I end up having to use a bit of eyeshadow to conceal where I messed up. And as Michelle Phan says, your brows are sisters, not twins. I remember she said that in a video, and I just found that really, just really like lovely, adorable way of saying it. And there you go. So we've got my brows. And then the next thing, we're going to do eyeliner. And I'm trying to finish off these Fenty Beauty eyeliners I have. They've got more of a thick consistency formula. I love Fenty Beauty as a brand, but I can't wait to start using my e.l.f. eyeliner again. It's really nice formula, and literally for only £3 you can get it from Boots or wherever. And so I'm just doing like a cat eye. Again, you can do your eyeliner however you want for this look. I prefer to do my fancy cat eye, or I like to call them lioness eyes, or like puma eyes, where I do it like an atwit going down in the inner corner. And now I'm going to do my mascara. I like to scrape off the excess here in order to just like save on mascara and make it so it doesn't clump. And then we are going to sweep it through the top lashes first to make them look nice and long and black. And then we're not going to forget my bottom lashes. I'm sorry, I keep accidentally hiding my face with my palette just because I'm using the mirror on my palette. I always do that. I can't really sort of like do it without that. But you know what I'm doing. I'm doing my bottom lashes. And then we're going to take a shimmery bluish green white eyeliner, and this is something that I really like to do. I will then line my bottom eyes with that and use and put a line between the outer corner and my eyebrows just to connect them, and it sort of makes my eyes look extra fancy and stuff. I've liked doing that for a while. And that's the eyes just about done. And now onto the lips. We're going to take a dark blue toned red lipstick. Here I'm using D for Danger by MAC. And we're going to put that just on the outer corner of our lips. It's going to look a little strange now, but you'll see what I'm doing. And then next we're going to take a slightly pinky cherry red lipstick. And we are going to put that next, just sort of like putting it slightly more towards the centre of our lips and making sure as to not have any harsh edges with the darker red. You can use a lip brush to do this, but I don't have any lip brushes, so I'm just putting it straight from the bullet on. And then next we are going to take a strong blue toned pink lipstick. I'm using one of my favourites, Jilted by Urban Decay. And we are going to put that even further in to the bottom, to the centre of the lips, slightly up on sort of like the area that goes to the Cupid's bow, but not totally filling it in, still leaving right at the centre, blank. And then finally we're going to take a paler blue toned, slightly purpley mauve pink lipstick and put that right on the centre of the lips. And as you can see, these lips are an ombre effect, so it then gets lighter as it goes in. It really makes the centre of the lips pop. And then finally we're going to finish this with a pinky gloss and put it mainly on the centre of the lips, but then sort of like you can push it out a bit to the corners. It'll also help sort of the colours blend together. And then finally, let's make the lips pop a little bit more. We are going to go into our highlighter again. And firstly, we're going to take the champagne colour and we're going to highlight the Cupid's bow. I always like to do that. And then put it on the centre of the lips so it makes the centre pop. And there we go, this is the finished product. A lovely, romantic, purpley pink, Valentine's Day, smoky-eyed, cherry-lipped look. I hope you enjoyed this. If you decide to recreate this, please tag me on Instagram at AlexisGrayMusic. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and good luck, and see you next time. Bye!